Alright, so we're going to add in the gravel base and then the base layer next. Before we do that, we just want to go back to up in here. Now, when we created this and we came up here, we have this connection here. So if we take a look at that one, 18 to 15, you can see that we have a pavement base of a layer of BM25. So if we use that instruction in a surface, it's going to stop here and then kind of connect out this way. We also want to add this piece to be BM25 as well. So we're going to add another material layer to that information. So if I go up to 15 to 13 or 15 to 3, which is this one, and we double click on it, you can see that it's only got the 95. So we actually want that to also be the BM25. So I'm going to save that. That way I can build a surface if I just need to and have a subsurface of just this layer or that cut. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go back over to here, and we're going to apply this to 7 to 16 as well, so or 16 to 7. So let's double click on that and make sure that that has the material for that tie as well. So we'll save that one. And we're just going to repeat a similar process. We're going to go back down to the bottom, make sure we're going to this last connect, and we're going to connect in to point 17. So I'm going to insert an instruction, be an offset elevation, and we're going to go from 17. We're going to offset it 0, and we're going to take it down -8 inches. And we're going to call this centerline v.ag. And that's going to be no material. We're going to add that one. So we don't want this to have a separation there. We want this to connect all the way through. So we have that piece. So then we're going to create another instruction. It's offset slope from that point, and the offset's going to be 12 with a -2% here. And this will be EG, we'll call it edge of gravel to the right 1, and we're going to use this v.ag base, and we will choose our material and we will add that piece. So again, if this is something you do and you have this template and it's traditional on most projects, you can save this template out, and that way you don't have to create this on each job. But again, for instructional purposes, we'll go through and create it. I'm going to add another offset and slope, and we're going to go from that point 21 here, and I'm going to offset it 5, and my slope in this case will go -2 as well. And we'll just keep, actually that's actually going to be -4 because that's our shoulder. Alright, so we're going to keep that same slope, -4, and we'll just call this EG R2, just giving it another point. Again, we can use these numbers, these values in our stakeout if we're staking this out with a rover, but it's also going to be helpful down the road when we get to construction. So I'm going to add that. And that should take us out to the bottom of our one-on-one cut or fore slope of our ditch. Alright, so it takes us out to here, and now we can add that connection and come back up to the edge where the edge of our ditch is going to start. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do a connect, and we're going to go from 22 to 5. And that's going to be that ag base as well. Now we could come back and do the other ag, add these sections up here for that ag base also, but really what we're going to be most concerned about is what is our cut in here. What are we cutting out? So we have to add in our stabilization, 8 inches of stabilization compaction. And we're only stabilizing up to this point. So our datum surface is actually going to cut out this section here, come up, and then this will just be our regular cut. So on that side slope up there, we could, tell it that it's also the part of the ag base material, but it's not, so we're not going to do anything in there, right? But so our surface should tie from here and come out and go up that way, because it's going to use the bottom most instruction for our subbase that we're going to create when we use this create subbase command. Okay, so I have that. We're going to go back and do the other side here. So we'll do another offset slope from 0.20. We'll go -12, -2, and we'll call this EG left 1. That's all material defined. We'll make sure that we pick our VDOT type ag base. We'll add that. Okay. Let's make sure we've got that all the way across. Alright, so we can see over to the right we've got our materials assigned. And then we'll add another offset slope coming from 23. And we'll go offset -5, -4. Call this EG left 2. And again, defining our material there, we'll add that one. Now we'll come back in and add in the connection. So we'll do our connect from 24 to 9. Come in here and pick 9. Ag base, we'll add that one. So now we've got that, and now we'll add in our next layer.